Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Breacher's Champions League. My name is Ilhat, and today I am joined by the one and only Finto. How you doing?
What's up, everyone? Yeah, I'm doing fine. How are you doing, Yellow, today?
Doing fantastic. It's the middle of the afternoon, bright sunny day, and ready to get some gaming happening. Today we've got Cheecki Breachi, which I believe is seeded number 2 in the EU League, versus Squadron, all the way down there at 16th seed, if I'm correct. Yeah. I think something like that. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right,
So a pretty big gap.
Yeah, but nevertheless, I mean, always fun to cast whatever game, and even when you have like some of these widespread matches, it's good for both teams to kind of just look back and look at strats and see how other teams play for those that are lower seeded. But anyways, either way, it should be a fun game today, and so this is the postseason, I believe.
The first week of the playoffs. Yeah,
and so we're just currently waiting for Squadron just to get all their players in. We seem to have all of Cheecki Breachi in, and there's another Squadron player. So we are at 3 for Squadron and all 5 Cheecki Breachi players in. So we're about to get this show started pretty soon.
So of course, the BCL playoffs is single elimination. So whichever one of these teams wins this match today is gonna go on to week 2 and continue fighting for the chance at winning all of the EU League.
So actually, good to note for those of you that are outside of the league, there is actually some prizes involved if you wind up winning or getting second or third. Do you want to go over them real quick for the EU side of things?
Yes, if I can remember them.
There in
Yes. So for first place for EU, it's 2,500 US dollars. 5 Kiwi battery head straps and 5 eye stocks. Second place is still a considerable amount for second place, $750. Still 5 Kiwi, just 5 regular head straps from Kiwi this time, and 5 eye stocks. And EU third place, $200. So some big prizes on the table for the first season.
Absolutely, and a lot of that prize money and equipment is so much thanks to all of the sponsors of BCL. So of course, we over at the casting desk do thank you for sponsoring this league. And as somebody who I do have a Valve Index, but I also do have a Quest 2, and I can attest to the quality of the Kiwi products. They are some fantastic head straps. I use a Kiwi head strap myself for the Quest 2,
same.
and fantastic. I mean, the audio is great. It fits right on your head. It's very adjustable. Couldn't ask for anything more. And so you can check out Kiwi products over at their website. And other than that, I mean, all these teams that you see here, they're I believe 16. So they will be progressing through a bracket, and then eventually teams will be facing off in semifinals and finals, and I believe probably a third place match. And so we'll be getting to those matches within the coming weeks, but either way, I think it'll be a fantastic time as we, keep progressing here. And then over on the NA side of things, just to go over those prize pools, because we'll have some NA casts going on later and throughout the coming weeks. So for NA, first place, it's $4,500 USD.
That's a lot.
For reference, that is, if you have a team of 10, that is $450 a player. So fantastic prize pool there, just alone. 5 Kiwi Quest 2 battery head straps and 5 eye stocks. For second place, the team gets 1,000 USD. 5 Kiwi Quest 2 regular head straps, 5 eye stocks, and then third place NA gets 350 USD for the team. So again, thank you to all the sponsors for putting out the money, showing the support for this league, and we hope to do you justice by bringing you some lovely attention and some awesome casts and some awesome video gaming.
Yeah, definitely. Sure to be some exciting matches both today and in the coming weeks. With the bracket, the matches are only going to get more and more exciting. So make sure to catch some of those over the next few weeks.
So it seems that we are still waiting for some Squadron members to get in, but it seems that it looks like they might have already voted on their first map. Not sure what that's going to be, but from what I can see, it looks like Cheecki Breachi would be starting Enforcer side, and then Squadron would be starting Revolter side. Got that correct this time. knew I messed up those team names last time, but
Yeah.
either way, just having to look at the history of Cheecki Breachi. I know them quite well from a different game, and they're, quite a bunch of fantastic individual players, and some of them have been playing for multiple years at this point. Let me see if I can find any sort of match history for them. We're just gonna scroll here. So it looks like the last match that they had was against VRF, and it looks like VRF actually did wind up taking that entire set of matches. So the score was 7-5 VRF. On Factory, they drew 6-6, and then on Skyscraper, VRF beat them 7-0. Let's see if I can find more from the Cheecki Breachi side of things. I got to do a lot of scrolling here, but that's expected with all these teams that we have here. Do you know about how many teams are in BCL, give or take?
Oh, it's gotta be, I think it's over 60, I know that. Possibly over 70. It's definitely a lot. Cheecki Breachi is in the number 2 spot for the EU side of things, with a massive 95 league points and 1,346 elo. So definitely amazing performance from the team today. For the whole league, the whole season. Yeah.
I mean, they're definitely doing it up this season. And so it looks like, from what I see, also the second to last week on week 11, they versed .com, and on Hideout they won 7-5, and on Factory they won 7-0. So just based kind of on those two scores, it seems like Factory is going to wind up being their best map. So I could potentially wind up seeing them picking Factory here. I'm trying to see if I can find any more games from them. Maybe.
Squadron has 5 minutes. Has 3 more minutes to get all their players in before the match has to start, so there shouldn't be long now.
All right, yeah. They're still waiting at 3, so we're just still chilling here over on the casting desk, but that's fine. All right, so another match that I found was Cheecki Breachi versus Formula EU. Hideout, they won 7-5, and then Skyscraper, they also won 7-5. So yeah, I mean, like I said, they seem to be pretty consistently good on Factory, although it doesn't look like they even played Factory on that match. They played Hideout and Skyscraper, but you know what? They won that one, so they're definitely showing, like I say, that they are a solid EU squadron. And other than that, there's not too much history on E Squadron side of things. That would probably require a lot of scrolling, but otherwise, I mean, it is number 2 seed versus number 16 seed. So if you ever watch anything like March Madness over in the States, then that's kind of how these earlier postseason matches wind up working out. But either way, we got 2 minutes before matches got to start anyways, and it seems like they're still waiting on some players, and we will go from there. Are they now, if they don't get a 4th in, are they allowed to do 5-on-3 or no?
I'm not actually sure. I don't think so, so they're gonna have to get a 4th in soon.
Either that, or they just wind up forfeiting the first map. Is that right?
Yeah. So whichever one of these teams takes this match today is gonna go up against the winner of Crimson Claw versus Italian Warriors. If you want to see that match, make sure to watch it on the channel tomorrow.
That's going to be a good match. I know
both
definitely teams very well. Italian Warriors are pretty solid at the game, and Crimson Claw, they're champions over in Pavlov. They played some Vale, I think. I'm trying to think of what else. They're definitely spread out as like a kind of like a European organization of gamers, if you will. But either way, I think that match will definitely be interesting to see both those teams go head to head. Especially because I know personally, for me, I'm familiar with both of them. So
yeah, Italian Warriors has played quite a lot of other games as well, Pavlov, and yeah, so definitely quite a lot of VR experience from both those teams. That should be an exciting match.
Absolutely. So we are at 214, and we're about to be at 215. So yeah, this would be unfortunate if E Squadron had to wind up
Yeah.
forfeiting here, but we may or may not see that happen actually. So we have eyes on the pregame lobby right now, and they still only have 3 people. So we'll see. But either way, if we do get to watch some games, the cams are provided by the lovely, down below, forgot mirror movement, Rays. Ray's always doing solid work on the cams, giving us the best view of the action. And other than that, we're just going to chill and wait patiently. Anything else that you have about either one of these teams that you know off the top of your head, since you know more the EU side than I do?
I know that Cheecki Breachi has definitely been playing a lot of matches and just sort of they weren't as prominent during the alpha, if at all, but they just came for the season and absolutely destroyed most teams they came up against. So they've definitely proven themselves to be a very skilled team here.
Have you played against them before in this season?
And I know that they are difficult to play against. Some great strategies, and they're constantly, and of course with their experience in other games and stuff, they just understand the game so well. Personally, I think they have a good shot of winning this season. I think
The entire season. So
yeah.
interesting to say. I mean, so who is seeded number 1 now that you mentioned that? Do you know off
So
the top of your head?
currently, yeah, the number 1 seed I believe is Ivy. Sorry, no, Revolt. Sorry, it's Revolt.
Revolt.
Yeah, they are sitting 200 elo above Cheecki Breachi, 10 points above. They are definitely a very skilled team, but they have in a few matches here and there, their performances dwindled. But they of course were the winners of the BCL Spring Tournament a while back, and they showed amazing skill there. But the roster's changed a bit, so it'll be interesting to see if they can still hold their own and prove that they're still the best team in EU.
Yeah, and kind of speaking along that, just to kind of for people that are outside of BCL or maybe don't follow the EU side of things, do you know kind of like the top 4 or 5 teams and a little bit about each of them while we chill here?
Yeah, so I know Revolt has been in the game a long time, a really old team, but just constantly showing their skill. And they go about, when they recruit players, it's really good players. And they've just for ages been in that top spot and not given up on it. Cheecki Breachi, of course, in the number 2 spot, also a very skilled team, but not as old as Revolt, but they've shown this season to be a force to be reckoned with. VRF, almost as old as the game itself. They have been at this for a long time. Currently sitting in the number 3 spot, about, in fact, just like a few elo points above Cheecki Breachi, about 10 league points below them though. And then coming in at number 4, Ivy, which I believe was an Echo team. They have shown to be the best. They have gone and they have recruited some amazing players recently. So they all of these top 4 teams definitely have a shot at winning. It's all really just going to come down to who puts in more work, who can come up with the best tactics for these playoffs, and who can take the victory. Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, I appreciate that insight, especially as somebody who's more on the NA side of things, just to hear kind of what's going on over across the pond, if you will. And it is, it seems like as we, get closer to semis and finals, that we're going to have some really electric matches in both the sides, on NA and EU. And so I appreciate that insight, especially just to know, what either one of these teams could wind up facing as they move along through the bracket here. So over just kind of behind, do we have any sort of confirmation as to what's going on with Squadron?
Well, unfortunately, they say they're going to be getting a fourth in, but the clock's running out for them. It would not be good at all if this match would have to end so abruptly in a forfeit. So we're just hoping that they get that fourth in, but not really sure at this point. It's talks of forfeiting the match now.
Gotcha. All right. Well, somebody will keep us updated on that. In the meantime, we will keep you entertained here over at BCL as much as we can at once. We wait for the information. So, yeah. I mean, like I was saying, I mean, it's great to see a lot of these. I feel like Breachers has brought in such a pool of just like really talented players across all regions. You've seen, a lot of really good teams crop up on, both sides, and even over in Oceania, although I know there's not as many, as much support for Oceania, but either way, I mean, still some really talented OCE players, and it's
yeah, definitely.
It's been really awesome just to see, some teams who have came from different games and some teams who have just gotten their fresh start in Breachers, and they have just been growing as individuals and as teams, and it's really inspiring to see that, just kind of for the whole future of like VR and competitive VR and whatnot. And 5-10 years down the road, when this winds up blowing up, or sooner, we can always hope for sooner.
Yeah,
I would like sooner.
Yeah, definitely.
So I can cast everything and do something. But I mean,
there's definitely some huge potential if they can sort things out properly. I've just received confirmation that map 1 is unfortunately being forfeited, and that Cheecki Breachi is going to be giving Squadron 10 more minutes to see if they can get their fourth player in before they forfeit map 2, and unfortunately the whole game.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate, but in that case, then this would have just been the Finto and Yellow Hat podcast over on the BCL. But it's okay, sometimes
so of course,
these things happen.
With you being on the NA side of things, what's the top teams looking like right now, and what are the chances looking like?
All right, so I mean, BCL season. Let's see it. So we see Wrecked is up top, 1781 elo from last that I can see. Wow. as of the 29th, with 118 points. Eternity 1569 elo, but 115 points, so they're right up there. Acer is 1463 and 107 points. Wicked 1196 and 91.7 points. Then Havoc 1242 and then 80 points. I know things probably have changed around the past couple weeks, but I mean, just having recently gotten back into Breachers and starting to playing again, I mean, it seems as though that, Wrecked have always been a solid squad. No bias there, of course. Eternity also is really solid. I haven't played against them too much, but I know they have a lot of really talented players. Acer, I've played against a lot of those players before, and some of them are just cracked. I mean, they took like a lot of the best shooters in the NA side, fused them together, and they're pretty nuts. Wicked is also a team that I believe got their start in Breachers, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong.
Yeah, they had earlier in the alpha they got their start there, and they've proven to be a good team in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. And Havoc is a pretty decently known VR esports organization. They compete in pretty much any game that they can get their hands on, and they usually are pretty decently placed. Scooby Snacks is up there too. I don't know if they've fallen or whatnot, but Scooby Snacks is also solid squad coming over from PCL, which is a partner organization to BCL. That is the Pavlov Champions League. And so we try to do a little cross promotion here and there just to grow the Champions League brand. And then, not to count them out, but down in 7th is Infinity. And let me tell you, Infinity is quite the team to go against. They are pretty solid. And, they've got some of the greatest Breachers players. And, I give them all the credit for they're just doing really well and being a solid squad. And that, I'm definitely sincere in that. Empire, I don't know as much. No, still love you, don't worry. But I don't remember having played them against as much. The older guys just played last night against I think Wolfpack NA, if I remember correctly. Either way, I think the older guys won, and then in 10th is OP. But NA, I believe they're still taking the top 16. So the range of elo is about 1,100, and then the range of points is about 100 points. So definitely there will be some interesting games, and they will be very, very, very close. But either way, I think just actually let me go, because I actually just saw the challenge bracket.
You were
Over.
talking about Infinity. They were finalists in the BCL Spring Tournament.
They were,
which we were talking about against Revolt. Yeah, definitely some skilled players. It was a close match. Definitely an exciting close match.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, they were the ones to actually take us out in the semis back when Vortex was around. And I mean, yeah, they were very solid at the game. And even way back in like the league's infancy, they were still really solid, and they've just only grown ever since then. So mad props going out to them for sure.
Yeah.
So let's see. They got a sub. Are they allowed to? They're allowed to do that, yeah.
The person has to be on the roster. Let me just
double check that.
Yeah.
We're double checking into stuff here, so we'll action going on behind the scenes, and we will keep you updated on that. But yeah, I mean, it's been really fantastic just to see like how much the league has grown within the past season and how much players have improved. I mean, I'm all for growth and recognizing just all the new talent and everything, and it's really great to see. I can't speak on that enough. It's all for the future of VR and competitive VR, and you have people here representing the best of the best players, and that's all you can hope for. Just everybody being nice and professional, being really skilled at the game, and just helping to elevate the game's meta and whatnot. So yeah, anything else that you have?
Well, I just checked. I'm not seeing the player on the roster, but there are a few players who haven't registered their in-game names, so it could be that can be looked into. But it looks like they're ready to start now. As we go into the.
This would be game number 2. Is that correct?
Yeah, the second game.
All right.
Yeah. No.
All right. So yeah, we have. It's gonna be a 4-on-5, and unfortunately we couldn't get all 5, so we're just going to be chilling here. We've got Cheecki Breachi starting on Revolters, actually, and Squadron starting over on the Enforcers. It's right in front of me, and yet I'm still so close to forgetting about it.
Yeah, of
it
course.
Happens with old age.
Of course, this is considered a slightly, well, I say slightly, quite a defender-sided map. So Squadron with 4 players here is gonna have a tricky time attacking this.
Yeah, and I mean, we see a lot of Cheecki Breachi. They've got a good amount of util. It looks like they have some double frags and double stims, and I'm trying to see if they probably have some stuff lying around there. So other than that, we are into first round. RFL already gets a trip mine kill onto Sabraj, and that is an unfortunate way for East. Oh wait, that was the bot.
That was the bot, yeah. Well, actually, maybe a bit of an advantage for East Squadron now that they don't have to
just use the bot as a minesweeper.
Yeah. East Squadron already taking control of this hallway though, so.
Yeah, and we see Zeke headed down the stairs to meet up with the rest of the teammates, and it appears that the objectives are on the first floor, if it looks to be that way. And so we see Smeeguy actually getting a kill onto Black Cat, evening it out 4-on-4 here. And so Time Guy, yeah, that was Time Guy, actually. Sorry, the name was blurry. So it's looking like they are going to want to assault onto A there. 2 minutes left. They have plenty of time to try to, open some stuff up here. We see RFL kind of holding the angle, preventing the A push. Toxic there to double peek with a BMO able to pick up the kill on the Zeke. A lot of damage is done onto Time Guy. Actually, he gets taken out by BMO as well with a huge flank coming out there. And now it's a 2-on-4, minute 45. High getting some shots off, getting a little bit of damage, trying to make something happen here while his teammate is quite low on HP, only 15 hit points to his name. They're going to need to reconsider here what they want to go for. Toxic able to take out the High there, and now it is Dove IDK versus 4 with 15 HP in a dream.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky for him to play this now in a 1v4 against Cheecki Breachi, who are basically all full health here.
Yeah, I mean, you got to hope for the headshots and click some heads. And so he's crouched around over towards the B site, actually back into the hallway, needs to retrieve that EMP. Has a minute left, so time is not going to be too much on his side going into the final moments of this round here. And he's making some steps here. BMO's right around the corner, and Toxic actually going to be picking up the kill there. Cheecki Breachi able to take their first round of the first half.
Yeah, they were able to even it out by getting that kill on Black at the start, but Cheecki Breachi with the flank hold and the pushes there just came in completely wiped them out, especially BMO with his 2K there.
And so we're going to see going into round number 2, we have a Vezin onto Toxic and the rest of the players onto the Silence Pistol there. And then we see an Omen onto Zeke. Interesting choice. And the bot bought an Arl, so we all faith in the bot to hit the headshots, and then the rest are on the Silence Pistol as well. So we've actually seen that meta evolve from the early season where the Cyclone received a nerf, and therefore now players are favoring the Silence Pistol on round 2. So the Spectral, I remember the name of it.
Yeah, people used to ridicule it because compared to the Cyclone, it was just like a more expensive Jesper. But now, after the Spectral, the Cyclone nerf, it's just become the weapon of choice for most players now.
Yeah, so we see High trying to push in here, and there might be a cheeky little angle, no pun intended there, of course. High actually trying to get some shots off, and actually tags up Superhero just a little bit, loses about 20 HP there. And we can see BMO. I was wondering if he was going to shoot through that angle, and yeah, there's a very tight angle there, which is kind of nuts. High taking some big damage there, but gets the shield there.
Going straight in. Wow, he has the EMP though, so he does have the opportunity to go for the plant. Black Cat does take out Time Guy though.
Oh wow, just like that, 3 kills over from Cheecki Breachi. Superhero taking out Sabraj, BMO taking out Zeke. Did not catch that third one, but that is all right. And now it is a 2-on-4 for E Squadron here. High and Dove need to make something that work out here. Dove is kind of on the other side of the map, but he could catch Superhero, or he's at least alerted to his position due to the taking down of the door blocker there. But will goddamn Superhero realize that there is a person right next to him? Toxic able to take out High there with a well-placed Vezin headshot there. Minute 39, and now Dove once again is in a 1 versus 4 situation. A couple players don't have the health. It looks like he might have actually got spotted out there by Superhero. Superhero getting shot up.
Superhero falling back down the stairs. He's going to use his syringe though.
Superhero's running away and gets headshot.
But here's Toxic with the Vezin holding the staircase.
Yeah, they were just very much going for him, and Superhero not able to get that kill. Dove getting a nice place headshot there, and actually grabs himself a second sim, so perhaps he is waiting for the heal, but he does not have that much time left. Minute left on the clock, and he's on the floor below, but it looks like
he's going for the full rotate. Yeah, going all the way down, because of course that Vezin and now the Oral in the hands of those players holding the other staircase. Did you go through for the lobby here though?
Yeah, he does, I believe, hear what's his name's footsteps there, and he's gonna break back out, and The question is he just going to wind up saving the pistol and the double heals just so that they have a little bit of extra utility going into the first full buy round? Or is he going to try to, make something happen here, maybe try to grab a gun or whatnot? But with 2 assault
20 seconds
rifles
left, yeah.
Toxic
It's
might actually
difficult.
catch him out here. Toxic's looking out the window and
Going-
shoots him
oh.
as he tries to breach into the window. So Toxic picking up that kill, and Cheecki Breachi earning their 2nd round of the first half there. They're just doing a solid job of defense so far. And now we're going to see our first full buy round. Rifles across the board. And, or actually, one player going to be on a Viper, it seems, because I believe they were the one to buy the Omen the round previous. So...
You can see Cheecki Breachi able to buy a lot more util this round though. Grenades,
absolutely.
statics, proximities, is loads of stuff that's gonna help them win the round.
Actually, I say that, and it looks like Squadron's got a few SMGs on their hands. We see an RCP, Viper. I want justice for these SMGs because they can be good, but like, I want them to be like even
Compared to the, when you have a gun that's just one shot, that's so easy to obtain just by saving for one round.
Yeah,
it really makes, it just makes in competitive play SMGs not a viable option at all. In fact, with most competitive players, there's only 2 guns that they would even use anymore: the Spectral and the Vezin, which makes a really interesting gunplay.
Yeah, I'm all for weapon diversity here, but anyways, as we get in, it seems like we're going to be droning, and the drone gets shot out by RFL, who is the lone gunman on the B site there, and it's seeming like they're just going to slam into B. Sabraj gets taken out by RFL. The bot dies. RFL gets another one. They're just going to peek them one by one. Can RFL pick up a 3rd kill, or will some other player wind up coming over and killing Zeke, or will Zeke get a kill? The
Looks like they have someone in the front lobby pushing around on the flank though.
Which would be good.
Back out.
Fall out. Oh,
there he is, Black Cat. Yeah, guess one.
Able to get the kill. Takes a lot of damage though. High was aware to Black Cat's position and might have got him in the head once, but now it's Dove and Zeke to try to make things happen here with 2 minutes left on the clock. And they're going to sneak up the stairs here, but Zeke is in for a bit of a surprise here as he comes around.
These door blockers are going to give away his position if he tries to go through. Not good. Dove downstairs in the front lobby.
Oh, look at that. Black Cat picking up a 2nd one there onto Zeke. And now it's Dove versus the world with not a single point of damage done after some heals. So Dove able to pick up a Vezin there, but how much will that be of use? It seems like Toxic might even be on the hunt here. RFL and BMO right above Dove, and do they know? RFL's gonna swing on through.
He misses the headshot. Yeah, he misses that shot and just reveals his position. He's gonna be rotating to the staircase now as fast as he can.
And these Cheecki Breachi players are hungry for this last Vezin here. Even though they have all 5 Vezins, but they do not want Squadron to save a gun here at all. So they're definitely roaming around, trying to see where they can make things happen. And with 45 seconds left, it's looking like, unless Dove kind of pulls a miracle here, that Cheecki Breachi will be taking this 3rd round. So as we patiently await, we would like to once again, of course, thank the sponsors for everything they make possible here over BCL. And we're actually gonna have a gunfight here, and BMO able to pick up the 3rd kill onto Dev in the middle of me thanking the sponsors, because you know what? That's important too. So Cheecki Breachi able to take it up their 3rd round, and we're gonna be moving on to round number 4.
Yeah, you can really see the difference in skill between these 2 teams, and tell that Cheecki Breachi definitely deserves their number 2 spot. Just with the gunfights, you can see Squadron sometimes missing a few of their headshots, but Cheecki Breachi on point with every shot they fire. Able to just rack up these kills and rounds.
And so it seems like we're on the top floor, I believe, over on the right side by the vents and whatnot. So interesting to see how Cheecki Breachi will set up here and what site E Squadron will wind up going for with 15 seconds left in this buy phase. Something I'm really thankful for, by the way, is the long buy phases for Breachers. Because, I mean,
Yeah,
it
definitely.
allows the teams to actually have a second to take a breath if they've lost and have some time to plan out. And then it gives you time to actually get around the map and get some traps down. And so, interestingly, here we might see Time Guy walk right into BMO, and High is there as well. It gets shut out. The question is, did BMO flag his gun? He picks up one and he picks up two. There goes the EMP down to hell, out of the window.
Yeah, that's gonna be tricky for Cheeky Breachy to recover and get it back in the building onto site. And difficult for them here.
And so Sabraj, the bot, does BMO realize the bot is around the corner? It does not. BMO's not alerted to the bot around the corner, but is he alerted to the player?
Oh, great grenade!
Superhero picking up the bot, though. So good job to Superhero. We love you. Love you very much. 2 minutes 10, and this round has already kind of folded for E Squadron here, unless they can make something happen here. Zeke is in the vents, debating whether he wants to drop out or not. And there is some players in the hallways that he could wind up surprising, but he actually winds up going all the way back. Dove trying to see if he can get a pick through the window here. Minute 55, so definitely plenty of time here. Zeke is actually going to be walking down the stairs, and the question is, which one of these Cheeky Breachy players is going to wind up popping out? Because BMO is right around the corner, and Toxic just takes him out.
In the doorway.
Angle. Yeah. Toxic, a master of those tight angles. All you need is a little spec, and then you can just click the head and go from there. So now Dove, trying to make things happen, has a Viper and a Dream, but with a minute 20,
none of the players are falling for it. Gonna peek that window.
Breaks the door open, comes back, gets shot in the face.
There's Black Cat. Yeah, I expected nothing less.
It's amazing that the pace of this game can just change so drastically, right? You saw there at the very beginning of the round,
yeah,
Black Cat or BMO picking up 2 kills right out the window at the very start of the round, and so rounds can either happen like that, or they can take that full 3 minutes. So something I've always found very interesting of Breachers. So and how teams utilize the clock.
Yeah, it really allows teams to vary their play style, and you can tell that some teams work really well with either push, with the slow push or fast push, or play, whether they want to play aggressive on defense. But you can tell that some teams adapt to it really well and just work well with that kind of play style.
Absolutely. So we're getting into this next round here. The buy phase is about to end with 10 seconds left on that, and it seems that we are in fact on the first floor, and I believe that Cheeky Breachy might be able to hear some of these footsteps in the center courtyard there. Zeke going to be throwing the cam, and so we're going to get a little fly on with the cam here, see what information they can pull. They pull a door blocker, but Black Cat pulls a kill right in the beginning. Beautifully placed headshot onto the bot. And so the
expect nothing less from these very skilled Cheeky Breachy players.
Yeah. All right.
Dropping down the staircase. Looks like they're starting to make their push down onto the floor. Alright, floor. But that door blocker, of course, is going to be difficult for them to, push past without completely revealing their location and opening them up to the Cheeky Breachy players.
But, they have guns. They can take it out, right? And the grenade actually goes under it, and the door blocker is now out. Frags out as a result here. Good job on E Squadron for baiting out some of the utility there, not pushing it right away. Smoke goes down as a Cheeky Breachy response there, and so E Squadron are going to pull back. Looks like Black Cat able to pull another kill, making it 2 for this round. Third kill happens as well.
He misses the headshot there when he peeks the hallway. He had a perfect opportunity. He just didn't get it. He's backing off now to radio here.
Yeah, so we're going to follow with Black Cat for a hot second here as he's kind of on fire here. Question is, a tight angle is being held. Will he peek it, or will other things happen? And it seems like Black Cat able to pick up that kill anyways. So now we find ourselves again in a 1 versus 5 with Dove against the world. Black
He
Cat.
just can't catch a break, can he? Always in the 1v5s.
Yeah, I mean,
Dove.
put a man against the impossible, and eventually something crazy will happen. So Dove falls down, gets one on the superhero. We're playing Halo here, apparently.
The
Some free
superhero
fire
just
going-
got completely
Superhero
jump scared now. Yeah.
Oh, and he gets shot in the back from Demo, and Cheecki Breachi able to take their 5th round, and we have the final round of the first half here. Will it be a perfect 6-0, or will Squadron take their first round? We have a minute of buy time here, and so we'll have a look at what the teams are going to be buying. We see some RCPs and some Vezins, and you know, whatever you can afford. And then over on Cheecki Breachi, just all Vezins, all Vezin every day. This game only Vezins.
Only, but yeah, it's an interesting debate whether you know the gunplay should change or if it's just perfect. But we need to show the SMGs some love, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you know me. I'm all for weapon diversity, right? You know, sometimes I'll like a little SMG, sometimes I like a little Cadello, sometimes, you know, I enjoy the Vezin, and then sometimes I like a little Knut too, so, you know, all guns are welcome in the meta, but you know what? Some are going to stand out above others, and it seems from a lot of these players that the Vezin is the preferred choice, and so maybe something happens in the future where that changes up a little bit, makes things a little bit more interesting. We'll see. But anyways, we're getting into the round here. Molotov goes down onto the window, and the bot gets immediately clapped, and so Time Guy just gonna be holding the angle here, taking some shots there from somebody. Can't really tell who that is. I'm trying to look there. BMO. There it is. Sorry, the bitrate is a little funny, but yeah, they're gonna just be completely stopping that window push. BMO going for some pre-fire, gets some hits on the Squadron player there, and they're gonna recalculate their approach here. They tried to go in fast, and it seems like, you know, Cheecki Breachi just holding it down as per usual. Black Cat gonna be fighting the stairs guy, and he's gonna back off. And seems like they open the hatch here. The question is, who's going to be ready for it? RFL right around the corner, ready to burst down the doors at a moment's notice. Superhero kind of lurking around, might actually pick up a kill or two here. They are on the same floor.
On this
Superhero
hatch,
being sneaky as per usual.
Yeah, it would be quite unexpected. I don't think they'd.
Time Guy going to be going all the way around, and so Superhero trying to clear things out here, and it looks like the Squadron players have made it over to the stairs, but with a goddamn Superhero right on the tail, anything can happen. So minute 30, a lot of time spent, and not a lot of gunfights here.
Yeah,
is he going to be trying to start? Yeah, as we say that, Black Cat picks up the headshot.
Squadron are gonna have to start making a push here. They're running out of time now. A minute 15 left on the clock, but we still have Superhero coming from upstairs. On the flank watch.
Superhero getting the kill, making things happen. That's my boy. Minute left on the clock, and we see one of the players taking out Black Cat, earning them a kill for Squadron. So very nice job on them. He's going to be dipping out of there, as you should. You know, take your W's when you get them, and don't get greedy. So 45 seconds left. Need to make a play happen here. Time Guy frantically crouching up and down, trying to see what he can do. Toxic just kind of holding the angle. And with 35 seconds left here, we're going to see Dove just kind of hanging on here. And Time Guy going to be meeting up. And, oh, there it is. Toxic getting both of them, and Cheecki Breachi taking the 6-0.
That's gonna be, yeah, as we go to sideswap, they now have match point. Squadron's gonna have to win every single round after this to stay in the game, which is gonna be difficult for them. Yeah.
Much order, but with them being on the Revolter side now, let's see if they can hold it down, or if Cheecki Breachi is gonna, you know, do a little Cheecki Breachi, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. looks like they're moving mostly together here with opting to go for the Spectral, as we said.
They are a team that is known for their teamwork. That is true.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, and so
It's gonna be interesting to see like the pace of their push, though. Whether how fast. Because of course some teams are gonna go super fast. They just sprint to that site, blow up the walls, and take them completely by surprise. But it's gonna be interesting to see how Cheecki does this.
For sure. If I know anything about the lads across the pond, I know that the Breachi will be quite cheeky. And so Bimo, oh my god, Bimo is gonna be holding the window here and has the EMP, and it's looking like they are stacking up on each other. Superhero and Toxic making their way down the stairs here, and it's looking like they just want to go for a flat A site push. And Dove's gonna be watching the window, and Dove actually able to take out. Dove takes out one, but Superhero and Bimo get the trades there, and they're going to be breaching into the A site. 4 versus 3, one player halved on the Cheecki Breachi side of things, and they're going to just kind of collect themselves for a sec and then do their final push. 2 minutes on the clock. They have plenty of time. All the players have regrouped, and so Squadron definitely aware of the fact that, hey, this is probably going to be an A site take, but Cheecki Breachi just wanting to see if any of the players get a little overzealous, maybe trying to take a fight or something that they shouldn't. But Squadron showing some wonderful discipline here. They're just kind of holding the angles, waiting for the attack to happen. Sober J, the bot, is just kind of running around with a revolver, so that's fine. But Black Cat trying to spot some players, sees a player in connector. He did not see anything else, so that may be their signal to breach open the wall, and there it is. The bot gets taken out by Black Cat. The EMP is going to go down with a minute left on the clock here. Zeke is going to be making his way over to the other side of the map. 2 versus 4 for Squadron there. Needs to make something happen here to try to get around, to try to get back into this. High is going to be peeking into Black Cat. Bimo actually going to be getting the kill, and now Zeke finds himself in a 1 versus 4 here.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult fight for him to win here. No util. That's all. You can really tell that Cheecki Breachi, you can see their skill and discipline and teamwork. They all just grouped up, made sure that they were fully clear with all their angles, grouped up, got healed up, and as soon as they breached the walls, they were just fast.
Yeah, and that timer is ticking, and so Superhero gets the kill. Zeke getting the headshot, but Superhero able to finish off the kill. Cheecki Breachi doing a clean 7-0, and because this was game number 2, Cheecki Breachi is in fact going to move on, and Squadron is eliminated from the playoffs bracket. So I believe that is probably going to wrap things up.
Yeah, that's going to be it.
Yeah, so here's our final scoreboard. Bimo with a perfect 9-0, Toxic with a perfect 7-0, Black Cat, Superhero, and RFL 10-2, 6-2, and 3-2 respectively, and then Dove getting the 3 kills for Squadron. So GG's to Cheecki Breachi. They will be moving on and facing the winners of Crimson Claw versus the Italian Warriors.
Yeah, make sure to catch that tomorrow then. If you it's definitely going to be an exciting match. Make sure you catch that. It's 7 p.m. BST, 2 p.m. EST, casted by the one and only Gibular Bob. Sure to be an exciting match.
Absolutely, and so make sure you stay tuned for these next couple weeks, both for NA and EU playoffs brackets, as you'll see the top teams and breachers facing off for it. But anyways, I believe that is going to be it for this one. Once again, we would like to thank all the sponsors of BCL. Thank you, Kiwi, and thank you many others. iStock as well. And if I'm missing anything, I believe they're probably listed over on the Twitch page, etc. But anyways, it's been a pleasure casting for you, although brief. But my name's Yellow Hat, and over again, they are playing a second map. I'm actually getting intel. I guess they're doing it for funsies or just going for it.
What?
Psych!
Never mind. Okay.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Again. anyways, so
tricked you.
Yeah, sorry. We got some mismatch intel, but it's all right. But anyways, I believe that's gonna be it, unless we get another message from our vaccines. All right, so we have the confirmation. It's done. Cheecki Breachi is actually moving on. They're fighting Italian Warriors or Crimson Claw next week. We're good. Anyways, it's been a blast, and we hope to see everybody tune in for some more matches as we go in. But anyways, my name's been Yellow Hat. Over to my left is the lovely Finto. And
been a great cast.
We will see you next time. Take it easy.